I'm David Fowler, President of the Family Action Council of Tennessee, and we're here today with House Republican Majority Leader Jason Mumpower from Upper East Tennessee. And we have a couple of questions tonight. We heard from the governor, his speech about the education reform, the race to the top. And one of the big questions I know is the question of federal dollars coming in, starting new programs, and then the money goes away. And could you talk about what you heard tonight and what you'll be looking at to make sure that our taxpayers are protected if federal money goes away after a few years?
Well, this is an opportunity, hopefully, for us to improve the state of education in Tennessee. We've unfortunately for too long had too many failing schools. One thing that we are very concerned about, one thing we want to be sure of is if we do pass legislation, do take part in this program, that after the federal funding comes to Tennessee and we use it, that we haven't created any programs that will then, once the federal money is gone, put an overwhelming burden on the taxpayers of Tennessee. I have looked at the application we were making to the federal government, and one of the criteria they have in the application is they ask us to sustain several programs after the federal funding is gone. We have to make sure that anything that we do doesn't create a situation once the federal funding is gone that taxes are going to go up on Tennessee taxpayers. It would just be the wrong thing to do.
Thank you. Let me just ask overall, what thoughts did you have about his discussion about higher education and putting more emphasis on community colleges, not using remedial education at the four-year schools, trying to make sure that students can seamlessly go from community colleges to the four-year schools? Just your general reaction to some of the thoughts that he shared on higher education.
Well, I'm a fan of community colleges. We have a great community college system in the state of Tennessee. In the community I represent, we have one of the top community colleges in the state. I hope that we can better utilize the resources there. We do need to focus on graduation rates, not just attendance rates. You know, anybody can show up to class. What matters is, do they leave the community college or the university with a degree that they can then use to get a job? Business and industry are the end users of the product that we develop at our universities and community colleges. We, at this point in history, should recognize the value of someone having a tool to help them get a job.
What did you think? I thought it was interesting. He mentioned including in the funding formula that, as you alluded to, is always looked at how many students come, but including now in the formula an element for how many students graduate. What was your thought about that?
Well, that's a change, and I think it can be a bold change if we will pursue that as a means of action and not let it get watered down. It's just like going back to the K through 12 portion, taking on tenure reform is a bold change, and it goes against some of the entrenched education interests that have so long kept us at a mediocre level. We have to be bold about this. We can't let it get watered down. We have to pursue excellence.
Well, thank you, Representative Mumpower, again, the House Republican Majority Leader. We are thankful for your time, and I know that those who will be watching on the web appreciate it, and we will be praying for you all and looking forward to see what you get done over the next few days.
Thank you very much
for being with us.